Hi, I'm Charlotte from TwinMade. I'm going to show you how to make a felt banner like this one. This one's got a name on it, but feel free to do any words you like, and there's also lots of shapes in the templates. Okay, here we go. For banner kit, you have a couple of things. You have a guide, and that's a step-by-step guide that's illustrated on how to make your banner if you don't want to follow the video. You've also got 2 sheets of templates with lots of letters and symbols and shapes. You'll notice the letters are backwards, that is correct, and you'll see why in a moment. You've got 2 pieces of felt, one that's just a normal rectangle and one that's a banner shape. This is for your banner, so just make sure you don't get those mixed up. You'll then also have some grease-proof paper, and this protects the felt when you're ironing. Also a piece of yarn, and that becomes the hanger for your banner, and a piece of Bondaweb. And Bondaweb's a really good way of attaching fabric to fabric without sewing. Bondaweb has 2 sides. It has a smooth side and a rough side. Before you do anything, just check you're working with the right side. Whenever we're using Bondaweb, we're only using the paper side. Just be really careful when you're handling Bondaweb because it separates really easily, and if it separates, it just isn't going to work how we want it to work. The first step we're going to do is trace any letters and shapes that we want for our banner. So when you are drawing your letters, just make sure you're drawing on the paper side. If you're struggling to see your letters on the paper, it's probably because you've got it on the wrong side. If you make a mistake, don't be tempted to use a rubber. If you make a mistake, just cross it out and move on to another piece. Because if you rub it out, you don't want to separate the 2 pieces of Bondaweb. When drawing out your letters, just make sure they're not too close and they don't overlap, because we're going to be cutting around them next. Place your felt and your Bondaweb onto the ironing board. If you can see your drawn letters, that's correct. If you can't see the letters, that's the wrong side. And if you ironed it, that would just stick straight to your iron. So make sure when you put your letters onto the felt that they fit like that and you can see your pencil line. You're then going to get the iron and you're just going to iron that. This will be quite quick. So once you've ironed it, just check it, wait for it to cool down a little bit and just check it and make sure it's stuck. And that is perfect. With a pair of scissors, cut around all your letters and shapes. Once you've cut out all your letters, you might have a few left where you've got the centres of them that need cutting out, like an A. Sometimes that's a little bit tricky, so it might be worth just getting a smaller pair of scissors if you've got some. And just where that centre is just fold in half, like that. So you've got a fold like that. And then with your scissors, just do a little trim in on the fold. And then once you've got a cut in it, you can get your scissors in and just follow that round. If you're feeling particularly lazy, you could just ignore the centres, because sometimes they look quite nice with them still in. And then you go. You've got your A done. What we need to do now is peel the paper off the back of the felt. And when we peel that off, that should leave a clear, like, adhesive layer that isn't sticky, but will be sticky once we apply heat to it. So the back should look something like that. So you'll see it's a little bit different from the front. The front's still nice and bright, and then the back has got that adhesive Bondaweb layer left on it. And that's a bit that's going to get, once we've ironed it, it's going to get warm and stick to the felt. Okay. So when we iron this time, we're going to use the greaseproof paper to put on top of the felt, and then this will protect the felt, because when you hold the iron down, we don't want the felt to melt or be damaged. So once you're ready, put that greaseproof paper down, put the iron on and count to about 10. Don't move the iron around because that might knock your letters out of the way. Just put it down, hold and count to 10. Once you've done one section, move on to the other one, count to 10. Once you've done all of it, take that iron off, remove that greaseproof paper, wait for it to cool down a little bit, and then just check everything is stuck. If it isn't stuck, so if any of the bits of letter come off like that N has, just put that greaseproof paper back on and just hold it down and count to 10 again. So once everything's ironed on, your banner should look a little something like that. You'll notice in the top corners of the banner, so where my fingers are, there's 2 little holes, and that's for you to put through the tie. So you can either put the end of the tie through the front to the back, like that, and just knot it. And then you can repeat the same for the other side. It'll look a little bit something like that. And then we'll just do the same with the other. We'll put that yarn through the back to the front, and just tie a knot, and then you're done. If you want to do something a bit extra with it, you can get a needle and a piece of cotton and you can stitch around your letters, or you can do some embroidery on it. And there's your hanger. Well done!